Okay, in this tutorial we're going to have a look at how to add titles to your video. So in Premiere there's a menu at the top called Title, and we go New Title, and then there's a couple of different options here. Default Roll will give you a sort of an end of film rolling credits. Crawl will go across the screen, and then Default Still is probably the one you'll use the most. So New Title, Default Still. Okay, we can name it. I'll just call it Intro Title, and then click OK. Alright, now in this window I can just left click anywhere and write my title. Let's be highly creative and call it The Beach. Now say I wanted this centered on the screen, I could click the pointer or anywhere else. I can move it around the screen. But there's also a tool to help us. Here with center, if I click both of those, it'll put it in dead center in my screen. Okay, now down here under title styles are a whole lot of I guess default styles that you can apply to your title, so you can find something you like. And I'll just center that again. And then over on the right are different ways that you can again change it. So font family, you can decide you want different type of font. Okay, font style, like in Word, bold, italics, regular, all of that sort of thing. And you can change colors and all of that. So feel free to have a play around there. Over on this side, you can do things like add shapes to your title, change the direction of the title and that sort of thing. Feel free to have a play around with those as well. Okay, but once we've got our title, you don't have to save it or anything, you just close that window. And you can see here, it's here and it's called Intro Title. So I'll put that into my title folder just to keep things nice and organized. And then what I'll do is I'll drag that onto another video layer. So let's put it up here on video 3. And you can see that my title is there on my screen. Again, you can use dissolves and things like that, so we can fade it in, fade it out. Okay, it'll just fade in and fade out. Say that we wanted this title at the beginning of our clip, our video, we can highlight all of our other clips, move them along, bring the title forward, bring those clips back, and then we'll have a title that will fade up from black because there's nothing underneath it, and then it'll go into our video. Okay, now with the intro title, say it's not in the right position or it's too big or too small, you can always double click into the title and then just edit it again. Okay, so here we might change the font size. That's what this big T and little t is. You can make it bigger or smaller. Here we can separate the words more, so it's kind of got a bit more of a stretchy feel to it. I'll center it and I'll close it again. So we've got our updated title there. Alright, and if this was a title that you were going to use over and over again, I'll open it up and I'll actually go Title, New Title, based on current title. And what that'll do is just remember all of those settings that I have. Oops. Based on current title. And that will just remember all of the settings that I have. So I can go in there and change it, center it, close that, and then I've got another title that's exactly the same as the first one that I can use. Okay, so that's the basics of working with titles.